Carolina Panthers fans are interested to know if they have something special in Tetairoa McMillan. I've been doing a lot of research, watching some film, and folks, we are here to break it down for you today. Tune in.
Brace yourself for the ultimate Carolina Panthers experience. Welcome to Two Growls, One Roar, the podcast that hits harder than a Luke Kuechly tackle. We're diving deep into the heart of Panther Nation, bringing you unrivaled passion, insider takes, and pure gridiron fire. From Wilmington to the cosmos, this is your home for the fiercest football talk east or west of Charlotte.
Welcome in, folks, to another edition of the Two Growls, One Roar podcast. Hope you guys are doing well. Folks, I got to let you know that we've got like a 25-minute video version of this full breakdown of Tetairoa McMillan. But the one thing that it did not include, and that's not this video, there's another video. What it did include was film. So today we're going to look at a little bit of film if that's something that you're interested in. The other thing is something that I noticed as I was going back and looking at his stats from college. And there's something that stuck out to me, which is just part of the reason why I wanted to put together this episode. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for me, this concept is all about Tetairoa McMillan and why I think he's going to work. Yes, I think we can talk about his size. We can talk about his playmaking ability, the production that he had. But something stood out to me as I went back and looked at his stats. One, yes, he had quite a bit of production by himself. When you look at him the past two seasons, most receiving yards in Arizona football history. But it wasn't necessarily what he did. It was what his teammates didn't do and how he was the focal point of the offense and was still able to be as productive as he can. Now, I did a short on this, but this was worthy enough for us to put in long video form. And so that's why we're breaking it down today, and we're going to get right into it. Now, we're also going to look at film at the end and talk through and watch what he can do as a playmaker and how we think he can help Bryce Young and his Carolina Panthers offense. Now, maybe this is a little bit hard to see, so let's see if I can work some magic for you guys. It's not great, but it's a little bit better, and we can spend a little bit of time breaking this down for you guys. So this is the stat log from the previous season, 2024 season for Tetairoa McMillan. Looks great, right? 84 receptions, 1,319 yards, 15.7 yards per attempt, 78 yards was his long, and 8 touchdowns. We look at the 2023 stat line, pretty similar. 90 receptions, 1,402 yards, 15.6 average, 57 long, 10 touchdowns. So 18 touchdowns over the past 2 years. There's a big difference that I want you guys to notice between these. And if you take a look at Cowing right here with 848 yards, McLachlan with 528, Wiley with 306, Lamonius Craig with 296, and Coleman with 283. Then a bunch of other guys underneath, but 4,000 total yards receiving. It's the drop from 1 to 2 that I want you to focus on as we go back. Look at this, folks. Hunter, the second leading receiver on the team, had 323 yards. Total production down by 1,000 yards. So that's its own other topic that we're not going to get into. 1,000 less yards passing on the season, 1,000 less total receiving yards. But Tetairoa McMillan, folks, had almost exactly 1,000 more receiving yards than the closest player on the team. And you may say, well, yeah, so what? Folks, that is insane. It's kind of in this realm of Ashton Jeanty. A lot of people think about Ashton Jeanty. They look at his production. Everyone knows he's the focal point of the Boise State offense. He was still able to produce against Power 5. I now look at this with Tetairoa McMillan and say, okay, yes, he's got something. Now, there are a few naysayers out there when they look at his production from this past season and they say, well, he did it against lesser competition. You look at his game logs and maybe you're not a big fan of how he, performed really well against smaller schools. I think he's going to be okay. I really do. And you take what he's done and being able to do that. And like, I know it's a little harder to see as I switched back here. Maybe we can try one more time. Nope, that's just me. We're working our magic over here as best as we can. But you look at this again, there are 6 other wide receivers on this team. You can add up all of their yardage. He has more receiving yards than all of them combined. That is how much of a focal point he was in this offense. Now, do I think that he's going to be that same level of focus here? No. We did a whole separate video for you guys to talk about how I think he will fit in Carolina, how I think about his production, what that's going to be, some predictions on stat lines, all that good stuff. So if that's what you are interested in, you guys can tune into that. Now, what we're going to do is take a moment to dive into film because I know you guys love to watch film. I do too. We're going to spend a few minutes looking at some of the film, his highlights, all 22 from college. Thank you to everyone that posts this stuff online for us and break it down and look at it. So without further ado, at the bottom, catch, makes 2 defenders miss, goes down. So now put it on you so you can easily score. At the bottom, see him going straight up. Oh man, just catches it over. Now I could say for folks that are watching that maybe that route was a little bit slow. Same here. Kind of his get off isn't great. Push off there. So I could see fans that maybe want him to be a little more explosive. I think we know that. Like, look at his get off here. It's not anything that's going to make you say, oh my gosh, but he is good at the point of making a contested catch. There's a lot to be desired with the get off. You can see there, that was better, but hands fighting, nothing that came of that play, but got to see it. I don't know that he's taking plays off. Look at him working to the side like that, having that, and you talk about his speed. Look at that, able to break it away. That was just work. Not going to be taking it off every single time, but if you can have some explosive plays there at the top, little hitch, sit down, break off of there. I mean, a lot of his highlights did come from this game. There's a lot of production. You see him here lined up in the middle, closer to the slot. Contested ball. Able to go up and make an attempt here. And there he is at the top. So slower. I mean, that route by itself in the NFL, yeah. It's not going to fool anyone with the way that he's breaking out there. So it's something to be desired. And I can see why people may have been a little bit down. It was a fake grab and go, but look at the catch. My gosh, he's got the hands. They are so upset that he made that play. See him here closer. You know, the hash marks are wider. Catch it across, make one man miss. That's the thing. He's got really good game speed. More than anything, you can see it from this same angle as well. Well, I guess the end zone angle, I should say. I mean, he's not super flashy. He's not going to juke you out per se, but he's got the athleticism at his size. And seeing him at the bottom, settles down, comes back for the ball. Nice catch. I mean, he's a solid catch. That's the thing. He's got the hands. Here he is working across as well. Makes him miss. Cuts back. See? Oh, so close to scoring. Right at the goal line. It's not like freaky athletic like Tyreek Hill-esque, but he's got the ability to make plays as you watch this. Moops, miss, cut back, go. I mean, it took 3 or 4 guys to get him right as he was getting so close to scoring on that play. See him here closer to the slot, lined up. I mean, that's easy pitch and catch on a 5-yard out. Maneuver through there. I mean, a lot of his highlights did come from this game, like we said. It was probably his most productive. What was it? New Mexico State, one of those. Early on in the season, he went off. So early, now we see him lined up way out. Jump ball. All over him. Still, oh, he does not come up with that one, but you get to see a little bit of what that looks like from this angle. Nice throw. Ball was just kind of outplaced there, but that's something that you get. He didn't want to flag on that. That's what you're getting though with Tetairoa McMillan. And I think when we look at how they keyed in on him as the focal point of this offense, and we look at the positives of what he can bring, can't wait for it. As always, folks, this is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.